Just Try Nation, stand up. It's your boy.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters. It's your boy. And I wanted to take a few minutes of your time to give you a story to ask you what is or what was your push. So here it is. There is a rich man who lives in a mansion across from the murky waters of the Louisiana Bayou. And he has a daughter who has reached adult age. And so, as customs would have it, he has to give her away in marriage. And he doesn't want to give her away to just anybody, right? Pay attention. He wants to give her away to a man that shares his characteristics, someone who's brave, someone who is ambitious, and someone who is bold. And so he puts out a declaration in all of the surrounding areas to everyone who has a firstborn male who is of age. He puts a declaration out for them to meet up on the other side of the Louisiana Bayou that's opposite of his mansion. And he says he will give instructions then. So as you would know it, everybody under the sun are coming out with their first sons, even when they're not really their first sons. But you know how some people do. They want to be included, even when they shouldn't be, but that's not the story. So the rich man, once everyone has come out, he gives the instructions. He says, this is my vetting test. This is how I will vet the candidate who will ultimately become my son-in-law. I'm going to shoot this gun. And at the sound of it, I want each of you to jump into these murky waters of the Louisiana Bayou that are filled with crocodiles and alligators. And I want you to swim to this side. And whoever makes it first will be the one who inherits my kingdom and, more importantly, marries my daughter. And so he says, on the sound of the gun. So he shoots the gun, and there is this loud roar and one splash. There's always going to be one. And there is this young lad swimming for his life because now the alligators and the crocodiles have entered into the water. And these creatures are hungry. I'm going somewhere with it. And so the crowd is roaring him on as he swims for his life in a place where he can't see. He can only move. Before you know it, he gets to the other side of the Louisiana Bayou. And the rich man extends his hand and congratulates him into the family as everybody uproars with applause. Only for the young lad to say, sir, there is a misunderstanding. I don't want to marry your daughter. And so now confusion is in the air. All of that, and you don't want this? He says, no. He says, why did you do it? So he says, can I hold your microphone? So the man gives him the microphone, and the boy turns around and looks to the people on the other side and asks the question, who pushed me? Who pushed me? The moral of this story is you will never know what you are truly capable of doing until somebody pushes you. Let that marinate in your spirit. And what I would like for you to do, those who have an understanding of the principle in this story, share with me, what is your push, or what was your push? I don't want those people who have allowed themselves to be concerned about who pushed them. I don't want to hear that story, because that is a victimization's rationale. You're focusing on what you didn't like. versus what you discovered about yourself that you would not have known unless somebody did something that you didn't like. Tell me your push. What was your push? But don't give me the feelings about who pushed you and the circumstances in which you were pushed, because you'll never really get the principle. You'll never really get the story. You'll never really get what God is really trying to get you to see. I'll give you an example. Early on in my career, it happened to me twice. I worked at a job, and because I have this committed nature about myself, if I find someone that I like, I'm staying with it. I've been married for 24, going on 25 years because I found something I like. So kind of staying put is in my spirit. But what happens when your carnal characteristic conflicts with what God wants for you? I worked at this job and I got fired. And because I didn't have a plan after being fired, I got upset with the person who fired me. It happened to me twice. It's just natural to kind of react to the push. In retrospect, I wouldn't be in Atlanta, Georgia with a lifestyle that God is responsible for unless it was for the push. What is your push? And make sure that you're able to properly put the push in perspective so that you get out of it what God had intended. That's it. I know it's hard, but remember, the only thing God wants from you is what? Bam, just try. And don't forget to check out the Just Try website. And if you can, support it because we really appreciate it. www.justtryj226.org. Peace.